All right, today we are going on a journey. And this isn't just any journey, it's a personal quest that sits at the very heart of what it means to be human, the search for meaning. Now, this isn't some abstract philosophical idea. Think of this as a practical guide, a roadmap to building a life that feels purposeful, a life of deep fulfillment. Your quest starts right now.
Does this sound familiar? You know that feeling you're busy, you're constantly moving, you're checking things off a list, but at the end of the day, you feel like you haven't really gone anywhere that truly matters. It's that feeling of being stuck, of not having a clear direction, that little voice inside that says, there's got to be something more than this. If you've ever felt that, believe me, you are not alone. That feeling is actually a signpost, and it's pointing you toward one of the most important questions you'll ever ask. So, to start this journey, we first have to understand the landscape we're in. We live in an age of incredible comfort, right? Unprecedented, really. So why is it that so many of us feel this profound sense of emptiness? Well, this is the very heart of what some people call the modern meaning crisis.
You know, this feeling we're talking about, it's not actually new. It has really deep roots. As technology and industry exploded, our focus kind of shifted. It became all about material achievement. We got really, really good at acquiring things. But that intense focus on the external has left a lot of us feeling adrift on the inside. We have more stuff than any generation before us, but often less of a reason why we're even here.
Thinkers like Jean-Paul Sartre gave us a really powerful and, yeah, maybe a little intimidating way to think about this. The idea that existence precedes essence. So what does that even mean? It means we aren't born with a pre-written purpose. There's no instruction manual, we just exist first. And then, through the choices we make, the actions we take, and how we decide to respond to the world, we create our own essence. We create our own meaning. Now, that's an incredible freedom, but it's also a massive responsibility. You are the artist, and your life, that's your canvas.
Okay, so if it's all on us to create our own meaning, where the heck do we even start? Let's pivot from the problem to a truly powerful solution, one that was discovered in one of the most brutal environments you can imagine. This is all about the search for a why. This single sentence from psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor Viktor Frankl, this is the cornerstone of our whole quest. He was in the concentration camps, and he noticed something profound. The people who survived weren't always the physically strongest. They were the ones who held on to a purpose, a reason to live. It proves that our main drive in life isn't just for pleasure or power, it's for meaning. Your why is the anchor that holds you steady in the biggest storms of life.
And Frankl didn't just point out the importance of meaning, he gave us a map. He showed us 3 different paths to find it. First, through creativity, what we give to the world. That could be art, a business, even a well-cared-for garden. Second, through experience, what we take from the world. Those moments of real connection, of love, of just being floored by a beautiful sunset. And third, and this might be the most powerful one, through our attitude. That's the freedom to choose how we respond to suffering that we can't change. Meaning is available to you right now through any one of these doors.
So we've got our why, but what about the how? How do we actually live this stuff every single day? Well, there's an incredible psychological tool that can help us build a life of genuine engagement, not just quiet endurance. It's a concept called the flow state. I promise you, you know this feeling. It's when you get so absorbed in what you're doing that the rest of the world just melts away. Time gets all weird, and your actions feel totally effortless, totally fluid. The psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi called this flow. And it's not just about being happy, it's about having an optimal experience. It's the psychology of being completely, joyfully lost in the present moment. So how do you find this amazing state? The formula is actually beautiful in its simplicity. Flow happens right at the intersection of a high challenge and your high skill. The task has to be hard enough to really stretch your abilities, but not so hard that it just makes you anxious. It's that perfect sweet spot where you're pushed right to the edge of your abilities and you are fully engaged and you are growing. And these are the signs you're in it. Your focus is absolute. That nagging inner critic, totally silent. Time flies by or slows down. And the activity itself becomes the reward. You're not doing it for some prize at the end. You are fully and completely alive in the present. This is what it feels like to actively live your meaning. Okay, so finding these moments of flow is amazing, right? But how do we build an entire life centered around this kind of growth and purpose? This is where we zoom out.
from those awesome moments to the lifelong journey of becoming the absolute best version of ourselves. This is the path to self-actualization.
The psychologist Abraham Maslow made this really crucial distinction that gets right to the heart of a purposeful life. So let me ask you, are you operating from deficiency motivation or growth motivation? See, deficiency is all about filling a hole. It's driven by fear, insecurity, what you feel you lack. But growth motivation, that's about expansion. It's driven by curiosity, the desire to explore, and a genuine love for the world. Self-actualization is that fundamental shift from a life spent fixing what's broken to a life spent pursuing growth.
So what does a person driven by growth even look like? Well, they find wonder in the everyday stuff. They're real, they're authentic, they take responsibility. They're driven by a purpose that's bigger than just them. They feel a deep connection to other people, and they bring this creative spark to pretty much everything they do. And listen, this isn't about being perfect. It's about being fully, vibrantly, unapologetically human. Okay, we've talked about the crisis, we've covered the core philosophy, we've looked at the psychological tools. Now, let's bring it all home. How do you turn all these big, powerful ideas into a concrete, actionable roadmap for your life? Because this isn't just theory anymore. This is your quest. And your quest can start right now, today, with 3 simple steps. First, identify your values. What do you truly, deeply care about most? Second, recognize your strengths. What are the unique skills you can offer the world? And third, imagine your best possible self. Really see that person. What are they doing? Why is it so important? The answers to these questions, those are the breadcrumbs that will lead you down your path.
In the end, it really all comes down to this one powerful idea from Viktor Frankl. Meaning isn't some treasure you just stumble upon. It's a masterpiece that you build day by day, choice by choice. It's an active, creative process, a gift you give to yourself, and in turn, a gift you give to the world.
So, I'll leave you with this. Life has handed you the pen. You have the absolute freedom to choose your attitude, you have the capacity to find that state of flow, and you have the incredible potential to grow into your best self. You are the author of your own story, you are the creator of your own meaning. So, what will you write next?